Welcome back to HCH Sports. We are here with a video that goes by our name. We're doing hot takes and headaches today. Eric and I each brought 2 hot takes and 2 headaches. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a like if you've been liking our content. I just said contact, but go follow our socials. But we're going to get right into it. Like I said, we're going to go hot take, headache, and then a headache. This is all based off on our upcoming season. I'll let you go first with your first hot take, and then we'll get right into it.
So I kind of touched on this a little bit in a prior video, the NFC West preview. I have that the Niners win the NFC West. And now I understand it doesn't seem reasonable with the Rams and Seahawks in this division, but this is a hot take segment, and that is my hot take. I think the Niners winning 13 games, as injured as they were last year, is very, very showing of how good this team can actually be. Now, they're already starting to lose a little pieces now. Ricky Pierce all done for the season. But still, I think the Niners and Kyle Shanahan I trust a lot. And if anybody was shocked, the NFC West, I think it would be the Niners. I think that the Seahawks digressed a little bit, losing some pieces on defense, losing Clint Kubiak, losing Kenneth Walker, all these pieces that helped them be so good last year. Now, do I think they'll be bad this year? No. But I think the Niners have a chance just as much as any of them. Maybe not the Rams. The Rams are definitely the top dogs here. But I can see a world where the Niners win the NFC West. And we know how football season goes. We go into the year having this predisposed opinions based off the prior season, recency bias, and then things shake up in the NFL. That's just what happens. So that is my first hot take, and I have the 49ers winning the NFC West.
Hey, I like it. We're here for hot takes. Like I said when we talked, we did talk about this because you were higher on the 49ers than me. My thing, but I'm higher on them than the Seahawks when we talked about it. But my thing is just worrying about the defensive solid was a huge part of it. But I trust Shanahan that I don't really care about the receivers. I don't think it really matters who plays wide receivers for them. We already got, what's his name, Stribling?
Stribling.
Yeah, he's been stepping up. Eric drafted him the other night. The other night, but yeah, I like the hot take. I totally can see it, and that kind of leads into one of mine. So I had it for my second one, but I will go first. I have that the Seahawks miss the playoffs, and Kubiak proves to be a huge miss on them that he left. I think the Seahawks are going to take a step back. They lost some defensive pieces. I like McDonald. I think they're a great team. But again, I messed up. We talked about it with Jalen Hurts. Like, is Sam Darnold really a guy that can just run it back year after year after year? Maybe he is, but that is my hot take that the Seahawks are going to miss the playoffs this year, and part of that is because that the Niners are good, the Rams are good. I know 3 teams can make it, but then there's also the NFC East that has a chance for 3 teams to get it. There's the NFC North that has a chance for 3 teams to get it. There's only 3 wild card teams, and I think the Seahawks may be the 3rd best team in the division this year, which is a little weird because we did put them in the Super Bowl category. But you have to out of respect because they did win it last year and they could shut me up. But my hot take is that they're going to miss the playoffs. I'm thinking like an 8-win season, I think I said, and I do think in the NFC, you at least need to win 10 games. You're going to make the playoffs. There's a lot of good teams, but that is my hot take that the Seahawks miss the playoffs, and Clint Kubiak is a big miss. That you're going to miss him a lot.
Yeah, like you said, it kind of does go hand in hand with my hot take. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people upset hearing this, but this is a hot take segment.
It's a hot take. That's
and
what we're here for.
They did lose, like Boye Mafe's gone.
They didn't get better. They didn't get better.
And they lose Clint Kubiak.
Kenneth Walker.
So, I mean, there's a lot of integral pieces that went into their successful season last year that they did lose. And I think in football, things change very, very fast. Now, Sam Darnold has kind of turned himself into a Jared Goff echelon type quarterback in the NFL.
He's a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Right. With the Vikings, his defense was great, and he was very, very serviceable. I think they won 14 games, made the playoffs that year. Last year, obviously, goes and wins the Super Bowl. Great playoff run, great regular season run behind the defense. Yeah. Now, the defense will still be good, but it is very interesting. Tough division, tough conference, and so, I mean, I think it's fun. I think it's definitely going to get people talking, and I think
they're going to be a hard-nosed football team. As long as McDonald's there, they're going to be hard-nosed. I just worry about the offense. You know, with JSN, he's very, very good, but was it Kubiak drawing his plays up? Maybe that's going to less targets for him, and someone else is going to have to step up, like Shaheed or Barner's their tight end. But that's my take. I think the 2 other teams in that division are very, very good. I do think the Rams are going to pull it off, but maybe the Niners pull it off. And then there's just so many teams in the NFC that can make the wild card, I think, this year. So that is my hot take for this year. But we will get into one of our headaches going in this year. I'll let you start us off. What's your first headache going into this season?
My first headache is that Josh Allen is good at football. It makes me angry that he's in my division. I'm thinking about the Patriots outlook. Obviously, I'm very, very high on the Patriots again, as I should be after the Super Bowl run. And I'm obviously a fan, so if I wasn't, what would I be doing with my life?
Yes.
But Josh Allen is in division, and he is quite good. And you know, as much as I don't like to admit it, he does make me nervous when we play him. And how good it is. I mean, I went to a Bills-Patriots game a few years ago, and he's the best player I've ever seen play in person besides Tom Brady, but I was like very young when I saw Tom Brady. So he's just good at football, man, and that is a bad thing for the New England Patriots. So that gives me a little bit of a headache.
DJ Moore looked pretty good the other day in preseason.
You know, listen,
people were hyped that he like called the guy and he tried to just bull rush the guy. I didn't really understand doing that, but I guess new team do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Josh Allen, definitely a tough one to have in your division. I love me some Josh Allen. I'm glad he's not an Eagle. I'm glad he's not a Cowboy.
Right.
Sure, I would dislike him, but I love him. I'd go Buffalo, but
I don't even dislike him. I just dislike the fact that
he's on the Bills.
He's on the Bills. I
but,
mean, so that's just the way it is.
Yeah, big year for him. Big year for him.
You know,
gotta get
iron sharpens iron, right? So maybe it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not fun. I want to win the division, and when you have a guy like this in your division, it makes it a degree difficult. But then we do get a little bit of a break with the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. But still, that is my headache.
But all right, we'll get into my first headache. A couple, kind of just everything packed in together with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers, Mike McCarthy, and the Steelers. Maybe it's just me. I'm sick of the Aaron Rodgers storyline. I'm kind of just ready for him to retire. And now McCarthy gets dragged back into it. And I just feel like now the Steelers, to me, they used to fall under this gritty identity. And now they're it's just Aaron Rodgers and the drama he brings. I'm kind of sick of it. And I feel like it's kind of ruining the Steelers this year because now it's Aaron Rodgers and Mike McCarthy. I miss the Mike Tomlin days already. And I think the Steelers are going to suck this year. And I just think it's going to ruin Pittsburgh football. That's just how I feel. But maybe it's just Aaron Rodgers fatigue. But I'm just sick of him. And I hate Mike McCarthy. I don't like him.
Well, good news is I'm pretty sure this is Aaron Rodgers last season, right?
Yes,
I think he announced that. So this is your last year of watching Aaron Rodgers play football. You'll probably hear from him, I'm sure. I mean,
but even like in the preseason the other day, like Drew Aller was balling. Like they got Will Howard. I just want to just let one of the young bucks play.
That's Rodgers, man.
Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna do nothing this year. They're not gonna win anything. Like I don't understand. Like it doesn't even. If he was gonna play again, we should have just went back to Green Bay. Let him ride it out there. Let him ride the bench or something. Like. Make it feel like football. He just is not a Steeler to me. And now Mike Tomlin's gone, and he's just a diva. And now he dragged Mike McCarthy with him. It doesn't feel like the Pittsburgh Steelers right now. And I want it to go back that way, that they're a gritty team. But now I think I just view them as divas because Aaron Rodgers is there.
Yeah, I'm sure Steelers fans agree and disagree because they're probably sick of the same old thing what has been the Pittsburgh Steelers.
But you keep winning though. Like you can't complain. Like Mike Tomlin, he had a winning record every year till last year, or they still had a winning record?
No, they made the playoffs.
Yeah, they made the playoffs.
So their doors blown off by the Houston Texans, but they made the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm sick of Aaron Rodgers. I'm sick of Mike McCarthy, and I want the Pittsburgh Steelers back, and I feel like they're already gone. But Drew Aller was pretty electric to watch the other day. So
Drew
he could be.
He was pretty good at Penn State. Injury wasn't a thing, you know. But
all right, we will get into our second hot take, and I'll go first this time. We'll switch it up. I'll go first this time. My hot take is that the Texans will be the first seed in the AFC, and that Stroud will quiet the haters just a little because I think the defense is going to carry him. But I'm not big on the Jags, and I feel like Stroud can get back to what he looked like his rookie year, his freshman year, whatever you want to say. He had a bad sophomore year. He was hurt last year. He stunk in the playoffs, threw a lot of picks against the Pats. But that defense is awesome. I love DeMeco Ryans, and I don't have big faith in their division like some other people do. I think the Texans win 13 games this year. They make the playoffs on the back of that defense, and they will be hosting the whole entire playoffs.
Yeah, I think we've kind of spoken about this. I'm not as high on Stroud bouncing back as you. I just don't really know what changes. The only thing that can change is him.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree.
This year. More weapons this year. Tank's coming back. Jaden Higgins is a year older. Jalen Noel's a year older. David Montgomery's back there with Woody Marks. I think the offense is going to be better. They were terrible in the red zone last year. And Stroud he was drafted second overall for a reason. I like to say that about Kyler Murray and stuff too, but I think the defense will carry. And all Stroud has to do is be like Sam Darnold. Like that's all he's got to be like. Just be like that, and he'll quiet some of the haters. And I'm a Stroud believer this year.
It's just watching them last year. It just felt weird. And the year before, their offense just felt weird. It felt like Kyler and as you just mentioned his name, Kyler on the Cardinals. Their offense was just never clicking. They were never firing at all cylinders. Only time they really felt like they were was when Davis Mills came in and won that game against Jacksonville. That was like the first time of the season that we watched the Houston Texans, and that obviously started their amazing win streak.
Yeah.
Where their offense was just firing and they were putting up points. And I just feel like this is still a team that's going to win 17-point games. Like they're put up 17 points and win. But could I see C.J. Stroud bouncing back? Yeah, he was awesome his rookie season. Obviously, like one of the better rookie seasons of a quarterback until Jaden Daniels came. Obviously, so it's interesting. I just don't know what changes, and I think with a little bit of pressure, Stroud really.
Yeah. We'll see. I think it's just like I have in parentheses, I said Stroud acquires the haters. I said just a little. Just because if he just is a little bit better, that defense is so good that they're just going to win even more games. Like, they beat good teams. They beat them a lot. Like, I think they opened the year with the Bills. I think they probably could just mark it down as a win. They beat them every time they play, I feel like. So I'm big on the Texans this year. DeMeco Ryans, C.J. Stroud, bounce back year. Got to be on like a contract year now. Or did he already sign a contract? It's got to be getting close. But C.J. Stroud bounce back. Texans, first seed in the AFC. Didn't say Super Bowl, but first seed in the AFC.
Okay.
All right, we'll get into your hot take.
My hot take, it's not as hot as my first one, I will say. It's that Brock Bowers is going to be by far the best tight end in the league.
Yes.
The closer we get to the season, the more I like it. I think I like what Kubiak's going to be able to do with him. And then it just simply comes down to the target share. I mean, Trey Tucker is his biggest competition for targets. Yeah. And I think that Kirk Cousins likes his tight ends. We watched what he did with Kyle Pitts when Drake London was on the field last season. I think he always has kind of target. I mean, he had Hockenson at one point. He had Jordan Reed at one point in Washington. So I think that Clint Kubiak's going to scheme up a lot for Brock Bowers, as he should, as talented as he is. And this is the best tight end that Kirk Cousins will have played with. And then Fernando comes in. I still like what he can do, stand in the pocket, make throws over the middle. I think he's a super talented guy in a very, very open offense where the volume is just going to be astronomical for him. And then the other part of this is Trey McBride. Obviously, that's the other talking point. Obviously, you can talk about Colson Loveland, Tyler Warren, all these guys. But the other big one is Trey McBride that we know of right now after his huge, huge season he had last year. It was very, very great game script heavy, where they were down a lot and they were throwing the ball 50 times a game. Yeah. Now, could that similar thing happen this year? Yes, because they're not supposed to be very good. So they're supposed to be losing a lot. But it just seemed like a perfect world for volume for for Trey McBride, which this is more fantasy related, I guess, because we're not talking about the player themselves. Like, Trey McBride's an awesome player, but I think that he's going to have a worse year than he did last year, which is obvious because he had just had the best statistical tight end season kind of ever, especially in fantasy. And I think Brock Bowers, after year one, how great he was, and a Clint Kubiak offense now with a revamped O-line, Ashton Jeanty year two, just everything's kind of going up for the Raiders, where everything's going more down for the Arizona Cardinals and Trey McBride. So I really like Brock Bowers to be very, very, very good again this season.
I hope he's right. Drafted me the other night. If you do watch our fantasy stuff, I was leaning Trey McBride, but for what Eric said, what changed my mind going up to our draft was just that. I could just feel like Brock Bowers is kind of going to be like JSN a little bit, just drawing up plays, scoring a bunch of touchdowns, just going to be wide open a lot. And like you said, like, who else is he going to throw to? Trey Tucker, Jack Betch, like, those are the guys that are going to be competing.
Dante Thornton Jr.
Yeah, guys that really would be a wide receiver 3 on most teams. Brock Bowers would be the starting tight end on any team, I believe. So I couldn't agree more. I hope Eric's right. Brock Bowers, 300 touchdowns, 500 receptions. I'm feeling it this year. That's my hot take. Brock Bowers breaks every record known to man for my team. Let's go. But we will get into our headache to close out the videos. I will go first. It's a home. I should have did it with you because it's about my team. But it's about the preseason game the other day. And my headache is Tyrone Tracy. What are you doing letting our franchise quarterback just get blown up in preseason? Did you see that? I've been there before. He just ran away from that guy and he got drilled. And now I have to say something to Dart too. Just get up, because he was fine. He laid back there. But, oh my God, I wanted to rip my hair out. Like, just let him get drilled. I also have him in fantasy, so I was about to shit my pants. But I was like, what are we doing? Tyrone Tracy maybe shouldn't play if he's going to do that. We have Montgomery. We have Scatterbo. Those guys both know how to block. But I guess tied into that is also preseason injuries. They suck. They suck for everybody. I hate when people get hurt. But if it was Jackson Dart, I probably wouldn't even be here today.
Yeah. Definitely shouldn't be letting your quarterback get drilled in preseason.
No.
It is the way it goes, though. It is football.
Yeah.
Obviously, a missed blocking assignment by Mr. Tyrone Tracy and motor back there. I think is what you meant to say.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's not a good look. But, hey, he's okay. He's all right. He's all right.
Nice touchdown to Malachi Fields. Nice touchdown.
It was a great drive. It really was a great drive.
It was a good drive, but it got me a little nervous because I'd rather just not see him out there. I'm a big component of don't play preseason, but we'll get into your headache, but that is my homer one. Tyrone Tracy, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know if people are going to like this, but it's just, we talked about it last season, as non-reviewable penalties.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in a world now where so many major leagues, like major sports, are incorporating this because it matters in big moments, and it's affected my team's my team's playing against your team, everybody's team. Everybody goes through this. where you just get absolutely screwed on a bad call or a bad missed call. Where you should be able, you can challenge some things, but you can't challenge penalties.
Yeah.
But you should be able to do this. We have the whole strike versus ball thing in the MLB now that they incorporated that season, and I think people really like it. So I think that you shouldn't be losing games based off botched, missed PIs or PIs that weren't PIs. I think you should be able to look this roughing where it really wasn't roughing. It's like we need to be able to do something, at least just maybe not every play. Obviously, maybe there's a limit. Something we can do where the refs can't decide games based on bad calls. I get they're human and they're going to make bad calls, but there needs to be a check and balance system to keep the league integrity intact.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, part of it, the World Cup just happened, which soccer on worldwide is the biggest sport ever. And every time someone scores a goal, the game stops. Mm-hmm. And they got to make sure everybody's off. And most of the time, they're offside. Every time. Every time they get called back. But as they should. These guys are playing. This is the biggest thing in the world. And they're playing for that. And these games are the biggest thing for these people playing. It shouldn't be decided on a bonehead call. And there is a way. I know people's complaint are, it takes forever. It doesn't have to take forever. There should just be another couple referees. I mean, they throw money around like it's no tomorrow. Have two guys that just watch it upstairs. And if somebody challenges it, they figure something out under 4 minutes or something like that in a close game or whatever. If the guys up there say, yeah, that was not pass interference. Yeah, that wasn't holding. That wasn't roughing the passer. That was some soft whatever. Just have the guy call it down to the main ref. He says it over the speaker, and we go. It doesn't need to be a 20-minute production when they review stuff. Like the huge one last year, which a catch is a little different. But like the Brandon Cooks on the Bills or the Broncos, like that took forever for them to do it. And those are the plays. At the time, I'm biased. I was rooting for the Bills. I bet on them and everything. I wanted it. Whatever's on the field probably should have been called. Like, just move on with that stuff. But I agree. Pass interference, even like a stupid holding call or something you call, or like anything, it should just be reviewable, and it should be easy and quick. They can move the ball back. They can move the ball forward. It shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, I mean, and it goes in both ways. It goes in your favor and against your favor every single season. I mean, just the biggest example I can think of is obviously that Saints versus Rams playoff game where the Rams cornerback completely just decked the receiver and nothing was called, and that was a huge drive, and it stalled them, and then the Rams ran to the Super Bowl. I mean, we're in a different world where the Saints go to the Super Bowl and play the Patriots.
Drew Brees, another one.
And it's just, I don't know. I feel like the amount of technology we have now and all the other sports leagues doing it, I think the NFL should adapt a little bit, and I understand people don't like change and how it could affect the game, and it's a part of the game, but in big moments, it really should be an option.
Yeah. And then any honorable mentions you got? Because I got one honorable mention I thought of when you were saying that. Mine is these international games.
Oh, yeah, that is, yes.
Playing the first game on a Wednesday, and then the next game in Thursdays in Australia. Listen, this is America. This is where football was born. It's called American football for a reason. We don't need to play in Australia. If they want to stay up and watch it, they can. If they like football that much, they can move here. I mean, whatever. But I don't mind a little bit. I don't mind the London games. That's enough. But I'm sick of, like, we're playing. You guys play Wednesday to start the year. And then our Thursday game is what? They're playing a division game in Australia. Yeah, whoever's not getting that home game in a division we just talked about, might be the three best teams in the NFC all together. The Rams, the Seahawks, and 49ers. They're playing a division game in Australia. Whoever's missing out on that home field advantage, I'd have to look at my laptop. I would be so pissed off about it. Like, if that was the Giants playing the Cowboys and that was my home game, like, that's such an advantage to the other team. And now we're also playing Australia. Nobody cares. No, we don't need to play in Australia. That should have been one of my headaches. Tyrone Tracy's an honorable mention. That is my second headache because I'm sick of that. London is enough. You can do the 9:30 a.m. games. I kind of like them, and I even don't love those as much, but we just got to stop. Mexico was one thing, and also people always get hurt, and then they blame the field because it's not the field. Whatever. I'm sick of the international games. London is enough for me.
You also have to think about the fans, right? The homegrown fans that have, like, say...
You bought season tickets for every home.
And now you don't get to see a division game that matters so much.
So much.
Opening week against if you say you're a Niners fan and you don't get to see them home, I would honestly more imagine the Rams lose the home field advantage just because how good they are. I don't know if they actually incorporate that into the schedule. But regardless, you're missing out on going to that game, a team you've supported for however long. I don't mind the expansion of football, trying to get more international people into the sport, but you need to do it in a way where you're not also screwing over the people who have spent their lives watching these teams and going to these games in division is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that is the biggest absurdity about it. And the amount of
year.
games they are giving them now. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it. You want to expand it, but maybe you do one game London this year, and then the next game in wherever. If you
I can live with the London ones. That's not that. That's
no,
fine.
It's not that bad time
Yeah,
change, but
it's
still,
not
you're
that
taking
bad.
that away from
That's,
one home field advantage.
Yeah.
You're still taking it away from the team and the fans. So I don't like the amount they are doing. I understand wanting to expand, but yeah.
It should never be Rams 49ers. Even us watching on TV, even if it's supposed to be in LA, it's always awesome. You see the Niners fans go and they fill that stadium up, and it's not even a home game for the Rams. Like I bet the Rams were probably not terrible with it because the Niners, when they go to LA, it's pretty much a Niners home game. But it's ridiculous that it's in division. Even in it should be, if anything, you should have made it like Panthers versus, I don't know, the Dolphins. Like, that's what it should be. They don't deserve the Rams versus the 49ers. Like, that is awful that they get that game and the fans don't get it. We don't get to watch it with the real fans. It should have been like Panthers, Dolphins if you're going to do it. The fact that the division game actually blows my mind. I can't believe I didn't think of that when I wrote this down. I just thought
That's a good one, yeah.
You were talking about it. But anything else you got?
Yeah,
It's got a little worked up, but that I can't stand that they're doing that. Let us know in the comments how you feel about it. Do you think the Australians deserve Rams versus the 49ers? I guess I don't. The Dolphins and Panthers, you can have them. But that's about it for us. Now I'm just mad. But that's all we got. Thanks you for tuning in to HCH. Hot Takes and Headaches as our name. We gave 2 hot takes, 2 headaches. Drop a like in this video if you like this contest. Let us know what you think about our takes. Are we dumb? Is it not going to happen? Go follow our socials if you haven't already. YouTube Shorts we drop on this page. We got TikTok. We got Instagram. We even got X that we post some stuff over there. I did post our draft from the other night on Twitter, on X. If you want to go look at it. Not many people saw it yet, but it's still up there. You want to go see how we did if you're into fantasy football. But that is all we got. And we will see you on Friday with a fantasy video.